Okay. All right, Facebook. Take it or leave it. Here I am. It's 15 seconds in. Are you going to bail or are you going to hang in there? YouTube, you're in there. Thank you very much. There you go. It's Tuesday. It's January 20th. Facebook is still there. God knows for how long. Oops. Oopsie. There we go. All right. Let's, hello, I'm here. Yes, I am. Oop, Facebook just crapped out again. I swear to God, I don't know. 56 seconds in, I send everybody a warning. You know, I can't do anything else. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this thing keeps going expando on me. There we go. There we go. There we go. Trying to keep this thing out of the way of that little guy right there. He overlaps and stays overlapsed. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's okay. All right. You can see right there. 11, 13, 14. Yes. That is the time of day. Right there. This, with that very quick, every tenth of a second, 59, 60, 2 minutes, and 3 seconds, yeah. That's an elapsed time counter, which is an old iPad Pro. This is an old iPad Pro, which tells us what time of day it is. No one can tell Jimmy I don't know what time of day it is. It's 11:14. I was trying to get on since 10, but there was too much jitter, as they say. Yeah, that may be the problem. You know, YouTube is a little more rigorous. It holds on tight. I think of the internet as like electronic waves, and the surface high today. Yeah, I'm getting all kinds of messages. Oh my Lord, what's going on here? Let's go to the message board and see what's happening. I sent my housekeeper a message. Yeah. We got something from Newsmax. Speaker Mike Johnson addresses the United UK Parliament. Okay. That's a thrill. Okay. We have a little still a good day, even though you're out there walking the dog and the rain happens. You know, I don't know how many of you people watched this University of Miami football game, but I hate it when the refs decide a game for you. You know, I mean, they're supposed to officiate the game, not decide who wins. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the reffing is terrible. It's so terrible. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, we got to swap cameras. Yeah. And what the heck have I got myself into here? That's what I want right there, just like that. Yeah. Still a good day. Nothing changed except perspective. And it's a little wet. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like that. Thank you very much. It's not raining though, so we're in good stead, as they say. Yeah. That was a fun game to watch, but photos, we're gonna get out of there. Yes, we are. All right, we're gonna go to my photo album, and I have this new kitty fountain thing. Let's see if I can show you what kitty fountain is. Oh, I know where I can. Let's go to videos. I can show you. Here we go. There's give you a 19-second view. You see the cat? He's drinking right there. He's drinking out of the kitty fountain. He's just sipping away. He loves that water. There's a tube there that goes up and around. It's kind of like a fountain. Yeah, he is. Yeah. We had fireworks. Yes, we did. We had fireworks. We had more fireworks. I don't know, and then one's, I mean, it was like 4th of July, right here in the middle of January, or New Year's Eve, my God. Yeah. Look at this. Pretty amazing. Yeah. Yep, there's a lady right there in the balcony. She's watching. We're watching. I can't stop from videoing it. It's so... There, the wind is blowing that way. We had another fireworks display. This is unbelievable. I have the audio off. I can turn the audio on. I don't know. Let's see if I can let's pause the music. You hear it? This is the grand finale. So we've got about 30 seconds more to go. And it's gonna go boom. Yeah. Look at that. That is so good. Oh, God. The iPhone is so good at focusing on this stuff. And it's super steady. I mean, it's moving around a little bit. But it's not shaking. It takes the shake out. Boom. This is like perfectly where our balcony is. Yeah, it's really quite spectacular. Mm-hmm. I broke it up into like 45-second little spritzels instead of having one long one. This gives me the ability to prune out times where there's nothing happening. Look at that. Ooh. You know who invented fireworks? Well, the Chinese, of course. Yep. All right. I'll stop that. Anyway, kitty fountain. Here's another top-down view. There you can see. See, it's fountains on there. See, there's the fountains on right now. You see? And the boy cat, he is licking. He loves it. The fountain comes on and off. Yeah. It's like a little indentation in the middle there. But the cat always drinks on that side of it for some reason. Yeah. Water goes down inside that doodad. Yeah. All right, that's Kitty Fountain. Just one of favorites. Yeah. So this is the level after I added water. I only add smart water, the high pH smart water, if I can get it. Both of them are right full, you know. They'll drink it down to halfway and I'll fill it up again. I should probably let it get down just a little bit further. Just to, dilute the impurities, if you will. So let them drink it down. Yeah, the fountain is always active. One of them, the fountain is constantly fountaining. Yeah, 24/7 on a huge. They included with the fountain is a cord. It works on the 5 volts that comes out of the charger, like an iPhone charger or whatever. So they give you a 1 amp charger, which I don't use because there's no electric outlet in that corner of the vestibule. So I have it wired up into one of my 5 ampere hour batteries, which runs both of them for about 4 days. And then I just swap batteries out for another one fully charged. And it goes for another 3 or 4 days. Just keep on rotating the battery. And so it's like an infrared light inside the container. So you can see the blue light special. There's that game was so. Oh, I got a catch. A catch isn't a catch. Ground cannot cause a fumble. Where'd that rule come from? Oh yeah, no more rules like that. I mean, the referees suck. I mean, capital S, suck. Jeez, suck. It's a disgusting suck. What are you going to do? These guys are walking around like they're super fragilistic. I mean, you're right in the middle of a touchdown series, and these guys take the ball away, Give it to the other team right on the 20. Yeah, I mean, God, give me a break. Coach jumps up and down. Oh, no, yeah, look at this coin. Yeah, I got a few of these. I keep one in my pocket. So next time we have dinner with somebody, I'll give them one of those. And they'll have it on their dresser forever and says, I wonder who gave me this coin. I know who gave you this coin. Jimmy gave you this coin. Yeah, look at that. 250 years. Ooh, what a coin, huh? 250th anniversary. And this was one of those things that pops up, on the internet. Couldn't pass it up. You buy a few and you get, it can cost like $6 a piece, including shipping and everything else. Show us where you stand. Does Trump still have your support? Come on, be honest about it. All right, I'm honest about it. The answer is yes. I'm not being political. He's our president. We give him support. The people decided. 77 million people decided. Kamala, we got like 69 million. Can you imagine? She got 70 million people. Who the hell votes for her? I mean, my gosh, she was terrible. That's not politics. It's just terrible is terrible. Capital T. Okay. Change the subject. Mega Millions. Does anyone know what day it is? It's January 20th. Do you see right here? Tuesday, January 20th. Happens to be line number 14 on my Funkin' Wagnalls here. And it's a $250 million lottery, according to the lottery officials. Let me check to be sure. The combination lock to this envelope is a big piece of Scotch tape. Or some kind of tape. I don't know if it's Scotch, whoever it is. All right, let's see what I got going here. What does it say? Would you turn up the light, please? Oops. All right, now we're on super bright. All right. Jackpot. $250 million. Mega Million estimated at 250. It depends on ticket sales and all that stuff. So, this is the worst. This is not an investment. This is a total contribution to the education fund. Because the chance of winning is slim and none. So, yeah. But you play, it's a fun thing to do if you got nothing else to do. How's the volume over here? Seems, seems a little loud. No. There we go. I can't hear myself think. Yeah. There we have epidemic right about there. That's right about there, yeah. I have a master control here. Turn it down one. There we go. We go down one level. I can... That's where it should be, right there. Okay. And here we are, sitting here talking into my SM7B Shure microphone. SM7B. It is by far the most popular podcasting microphone in the business. You can sing into this, you can talk into this. It is super fragilistic. And we are in full screen mode. $250 million. Can we afford to win that? Let's add Jimmy back into the picture here. There we go. Now we gotta shrink that down. There we go. There we are, right there. That makes it so everything I see on the screen here, you see right there. Good luck. These other numbers, I just made them up. If no one wins the 250, maybe it rolls over to 270. And maybe it rolls over to 300 the Tuesday after that. And the Friday after that, it may go to 500, then 750, then a billion. This is all not real. That's why it says not real. I just multiplied it all out just so you can just see, what happens. If it's a $500 million, the lump sum would be 228. And of course, you don't get 228 because Uncle Sam keeps his share. Let's stay up here where it's red. The red is, all of this is real. Everything to the left of that red diamond is real because the lottery officials said so. It's estimated. There's a lot of ticket sales. Who knows? It may go over 250 million. This is enough money to make a jackpot worth tuning into, which is why Jimmy is here. Yes, it is. It is exactly why I'm here. Let me sit up in my chair a little bit. There we go. Yeah. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. We can watch everything. I can turn this brightness down a tad. There we go. I got all these screens here. I don't need too many lumens coming out of that bit puppy. Yeah, we got enough. You can see a little bit of me. You see my hands. That's enough. Yeah. You should see all of me for a second, right? There you go. There's my headphones. Yeah. Sony headphones. Yeah, they're the best. Only the best. This is a compact little studio, but we know what we're doing. We're supposed to know what we're doing anyway. And these folks can't seem to swap cameras. There we go. Now, there are three of us working in the studio. Me, myself, and I. All right. 114,000,003 is the jackpot. See the column caption up on the very top in yellow. Jackpot lump sum payout before taxes. It's the net present value of, whoops. What? What did you say? Net present value equal the present value of the future cash flows. Net present value equals the present value of the future cash flows. Because they're, if you elect to take the annuity portion, exercise the annuity, then you get $3,762,000 a year. That'd be the first payment. The next payment, $3,951,000, is 5% bigger than that payment, and it keeps growing by 5%. Up to like 15 million. So what's not to like about that? So in a year and a day, you got 3,000,007 plus 3,000,009. So that's 7 million, 7,000,006, 7,000,007. Okay, 7,000,007. That's rounded. Yeah, 7,000,007. Inside the 1 year and 1 day, you get 3,000,007. Immediately, and then a year and a day later, you get 3,000,009. Jeez, that's enough to let you buy your small yacht and a house. 72 million. That is the amount. Let's go up to the top. Jackpot lump sum payout after the federal tax of 37%. Yeah. The first number is 86. You actually get this check. You're not getting all. This is not all checks, but this, if you elect the lump sum, you're going to get 86.8. This is the jackpot lump sum payment after the 24% withholding. They do withhold. So you look at the red number, So that's after withholding. Which is 24%. But see, that's a lot of money. So you're going to be at the top end of the tax bracket. Therefore, you're going to lose another 13%. So after you pay all the federal taxes with this particular lump sum, you end up with $72.9 million. Okay? That's not exactly terrible. It's also not $250 million, but this is after tax. Now, if you live in a state where you have state income taxes, well, guess what? They're gonna take more money, or they take, a chunk of it. If you're the beneficiary of a part of the annuity. Anyway, after all Fed taxes, now you're going to get this check right here. So the difference between 86 and 72, what's that? About 15 million, round numbers. So right after you get that $86 million deposit, move the $15 million into a separate account. Just open up another account. You can do it right online there. All the personal information is identically the same. Okay? Open up the account, drop $15 million in it, and that keeps you clean. Because Uncle Sam's going to be knocking on the door on April 15th. And if you don't have that 15 million, 14 million something, high round numbers, they're going to wax you down until they're going to wax you into that. Okay, 72 million. That would be the annuity payment. There you go. I've highlighted it in red. It's hard to miss. There you go. Tuesday, Mega Million. There's the arrow pointing right at January 20th. January 20th is Mega Million Day. Yep. Tuesday, Friday. There you go. Tuesday, Friday. Let's just, Friday, Tuesday. There we go. Just did another print screen. Because we zoomed into that. And we're gonna rezoom. Yeah, we're going to zoom it again. Yep. The zooming is quite kind of an amazing feature, isn't it? I can zoom in, I can zoom out. Oh, yeah. We can fill the screen with that $250 million. Yeah. Good luck on that, babes. The jackpot of 114 million, right? Comes right off that 250. You're going to get that $114 million check. And then Uncle Sam's going to come after you for another 15 million. Yeah, sorry. So the net effect is you end up with 72 million 009. 009, yes. Yeah, don't forget that annuity. That's for young folks. I'm not young folk. All right, so this is the president with his daughter, and you got a kid with a red tie, a kid with a blue tie. These photos just happened to pop up. And of course I popped it. I got it. Yeah. It's 11:45. There's the time right there. 11:45. It's January 20th, if you can see that. We've been yakety-yakking here for 32 minutes while we sip on our coffee. Nice little sip-a-dip. That's the water fountain levels. You got to bend over to see, so I just took pictures of them. Yeah, 21, 27. Well, what a game. 4 hours. Sure was. 2.5 billion renovation of the federal building. This is not a reconstruction. They're renovating it. It'd have been cheaper to blow the sucker up and build it from scratch, start over. water's a little chilly, isn't it? Ooh. He's watching the game from behind a big sheet of plastic. Oh boy. He's a trooper. Shows up in Miami for the game. There's the president and his granddaughter. She's very classy. She stands a little bit to the side so the president can be focused on without the two of them standing in the middle. Yeah. There's a notice I put up on Facebook. No, that's not the notice. It's not the notice, dummy. That's something else. Entirely different. This is a notice I put on Facebook. Try FAU for you with youtube.com/FAU for you. Is the best. It's been reported that Facebook drops off frequently. They dropped off every minute this time. Welcome to Jim Wilson's live simulcast across YouTube Live and Facebook. But Facebook, I don't know why it keeps dropping off. Inside of 1 minute, boom, you're gone. So I post this on Facebook and say, go to YouTube. Yeah. We broadcast from our compact, well-equipped 100 square foot studio down in downtown Boca Raton. Yes, indeed. Oh, my gotta turn the lights down a little bit. I'm getting sunburned. There we go. Not true. Anyway, you can see the hours, minutes, and seconds. Right there. Hang that microphone right over the edge of the table. Perfect. Boing. Yeah, we broadcast from our compact, well-equipped 100-square-foot studio in downtown Boca Raton, Florida. You can text. There we go. You can text me if you want, live or anytime, at 561-416-1100. Everything stays confidential, unless you give me permission to do elsewhere with whatever information you give me. Yeah. Otherwise, it's makeup. Total makeup. Not for me. I'm told we've had 50,000 or more visitors from around the world, having recorded over 500 episodes in recent years. The whole, episode is a photo journey. You go over, you hop on a boat, they take you somewhere. So all these little procedures, YouTube Live, 416-1100. That's the phone number if you want to text me, 561-416-1100. Yep. You can also visit our site, 416-1100. I got it right down here in that third paragraph. You probably, I'm just going to touch it. There you go. Open link. Do that open link choice. And what do you get? Look at that world's most exciting polo shot. Yeah, look at that. You got a guy in front, you got a guy behind, and you got the guy right smack in the middle. Yeah. Coca-Cola team, number 2 player. See Coca-Cola on his shirt? Yeah. Incredible digital resolution. Took that picture myself. Yes, I did. There's Marilyn with Jay Leno. Yep, he went to Concurso de Elegance in Boca Raton, February 7th, the year 2020. That would be 5 years ago in February, and this is January. So next month, do we have Concurso de Elegance in Boca Raton? I don't know. I'll Google that and see what's going on. But they have a hangar party, so when you're at the party, you can turn around and look, like a little bit southwest. You see the sun is setting, cutting across these jet airplanes, each of them worth, $5, $6, $8, $10 million a copy. Yeah. Behind each one of these pictures is a whole gallery of photographs. It might even be more. This is 36 different categories. See, we got food. Look at that. That's my world-famous spaghetti sauce. I can taste it right now. It is so good. You touch that picture, and what happens? It opens up into this. If you select the right-hand picture, we stay on my tomato sauce. Spaghetti sauce, a whole peeled plum tomato base. There it is. You have all the ingredients. Look at all those ingredients. 6 cans of whole peeled Italian tomatoes. 14-ounce cans by volume. 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. That's optional. 3 cups of diced fresh onions. Yellow onions are sweet, so if you want a little tiny bit of sweetness taste in it, get yellow onions. You just want the onion flavor, get the white onions. Because if you want sweet, we can add a tablespoon of sugar. No problems. Half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Yeah, every bit of a half a cup. Quarter cup finely chopped garlic. Yep. I got a jar of chopped garlic. Just throw a nice full heaping tablespoon of that. Yep. Quarter cup pure white refined sugar. There you go. Cuts the acidity of the sauce. Tomato sauce, yeah. Eighth of a cup quality sea salt. There can be a 32nd of a cup. You can add salt anytime you want. Salt doesn't get better with time, so that's not something you got to worry about. 2 packages of fresh, high-quality, hot and spicy Italian pork sausages, which you're going to pan fry. Yes, you are. And then you're going to cut them up into little discs, about a little more than a half-inch thick. Yep. All right, so we begin by opening 2 packages of Italian sausages. Genio Italian hot sausages. Yep. You stir fry them around until you think they're done, and then you cook them for another 20 minutes. You guys want to make sure you kill all the germs. If it makes them wash it 3 times. All right, we're going back. Go home. There we go. See the go home button over there in the top left-hand corner. Just press that. Go home. We're home. So, any one of these albums. Look at Marilyn with the cowboy hat. There we go. That's Women's Executive. I've done a few of those. It's a ladies' club. So I take pictures and I skedaddle. May 2011, February 2011, June 2010. Here's Marilyn and SunTrust Bank with her boss, whatever her name is. Can't remember. Let's see if we can do an expando and see the name tag. SunTrust. Susan Stutz. How could I forget? Yeah. Marilyn did well, so Susan didn't have much to say, except thank you very much. And look at that, you got an FAU, what do you call it, guy, right there in the bank. The cheerleaders were there. I don't know, this is no name tag. Dog tag. Let's see if I can zoom in here. That's something hanging from her neck, but it is indistinguishable. I'm trying to figure out what it says. That's as much as I can zoom. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Marilyn would know. I don't. There you go. FAU is getting some kind of a Florida Atlantic University football is providing Maryland with some kind of a certificate. Yeah. There it is. Certificate entitles the holder of 4 tickets to any 2012 regular season FAU football home game. That's worth $52. Okay. In 2012, wonder what that number has jumped up to. Look at that. They're serving all kinds of, finger foods. And people are sitting around munching. Yeah. Yep. And there's the athletic director at the time. He's talking. Talking to the group. Yep. Talking to the group. You got the speakers and the microphones and everything. There's the whole cheerleader bunch. There they go. With the athletic director and some of the cheerleaders. People over on the right side are probably, what do you call it? With the FAU people. That's a nice lady. I don't know who it is. There's 3 more ladies. I don't know who they are. Meryl knows. There we go. That's the head of the Chamber of Commerce having a little glass of wine. It's after work hours. Yes. Yes, it is. Terry something or other. Okay. They're engaged in a serious conversation. There they are. Marilyn knows all these people. They were in a branch. I'll just take pictures. There you go. We got a couple of those certificates. Marilyn did. Look at that. All this good-looking stuff. Yeah. Marilyn always gets the good stuff. Please wait here. Everybody's hanging around the please wait here sign. There we go. We're talking football. Everybody's listening. Yeah, this is important stuff. Right there in a branch. Good job, Marilyn. Yeah, there she is. Athletic director. Yeah, I don't know who he is. Don't know who he is. FAU guy. Athletic director, he's talking. Everybody's listening. Ooh, look at that watermelon. Yeah. Phew. Honeydew and watermelon. There's a couple of grapes. Yeah. I don't know why I'm going through all those. Let's stop. Let's see what the 26,467,000. That's the web counter. Every time someone lands on the site, let's see, that says 692. You think I'm kidding? Watch this. Uh-oh. We're gonna see, 46,692. Watch. I'm going to touch this little button right here. Go back down to the counter. 692 becomes, jeez, 693. There you go. Can you believe it? 26 million people have visited this site. Yeah, oh, I need to get in that copyright, change that copyright message. That's a headache. I can do it. I'd rather not. Oh gosh, can you remind me another day? Yeah, I can believe. Let's see if I can. Whoops. Yeah, no, we didn't want to go there. No, we want to go. Let's go home. No, I don't want to do that. Sugar Ray Robinson. Let's see. I'm home. Yeah. Let's X out of that. Whatever that is. Oh, I know what I need to do. In the very bottom here, where it says log in, where's that? Log in, baby. Oh, there it is, owner login. It's right in the bottom left middle. It's the very rightmost choice. Log in, okay, baby. I'm going to press that facial recognition. That's not going to work. My email address, 416. Crap. 416 dot 1100 at gmail.com. Oh boy. Did it log in? Oops. Let me try it one more time. It's logging in. Oops, doesn't like it. Rats. All right, well. Doesn't like that either. Oh, crap. I don't know what else to do. I'll have to go to save your password. Are you kidding me? I'll save it, but it's nice. Need a new password? Yeah. Let's go to 416 dot 1100 the @ Gmail GMAIL.com. Submit it. All right. We just sent you something. So let me, let's go to my email today. Over Andy Williams. Oh, Andy Williams, that's it. Okay, let's see what this says. touch that link. I'll just do open link and see what happens. All right. Password has to be 12 characters. Oh, God. All right. I don't know if that's enough characters. All right, I've successfully changed it. Oh, gosh. Now I have to go back to... this is like so tedious. There we go. Back to login. All right. I'm going to put my email address in there too. I tell you, I'm going to get done with this. I'm worn out. Log in. Remember me. Update password. Yes, please do. All right, now I'm in the... Now that gets really hairy. I have to get in here. I believe it's customized design. I don't come here very often. And I'm going to go down here to HTML. I'm going to alter the HTML code. There we go. Okay. And down in the bottom. What am I doing? I'm changing this right here. All right, I'm in there. Okay. And buried in here, search galleries. There it is, copyright. I've got to make that a 6. And then in the text here, it says 5. I need to make that a 6. That's it, done. Done. Publish it. All right. I don't know what upload means. Let's upload. Whoops. No, we don't want to. Let's go back. There we go. Let's hit home. Go home. All right. Now let's go down to the bottom and see if the copyright message has been properly changed. Not all the way, just don't get over no tangerine, that's recently added. There we go. 2026. And it's in the body of this message. And it's right there. Got to get that copyright stuff in there. There you go. There's the counter. Oh, look at that. We've had some visitors since we've been here. Yeah, 5 or 6 people came here. There you go. 26,427,700. Nice round number. Yep. Go home. Yeah. Now going home. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. Someone else. Anyway, you search the galleries. You can. We need to figure out if there's going to be another car show. I would do that. All these different tech tips. There's our press passes. Yes, sir. Isogenics and this mosquito deal, yeah, that turned out to be unfortunate. There's a book I started working on with Dr. Henry Lee, but I never finished it. I could. The question is, do I have the guts to get back in there and write that thing for police? All right, go home. So, I just wanted to show you this website. If you got nothing to do, this is a pretty interesting thing. Here's a stage concert. This is still images. It's not video. The cameras in those days, going back 2007, that's like 19 years ago. Would you believe it, right? Phew. The video performance wouldn't have been too good. But this is a concert that I still imaged. Look at him. Blake Shelton. Yeah. I was right in front of his face. In his intense singing and performing. Yeah, look at the lights. The way the lighting is. I had the right exposure. I captured the lights so they didn't overpower. Yeah. I offered to give this to him for like a CD-ROM cover. And I never got a response. It was like it fell into the deep, dark sea of fan mail. And that was Indian Summer. There's a live performance at Indian Summer 2007, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was there. They paid him $30,000 to appear. Today it would be millions. Then it was $30,000. He came in here with his trailer and did a Sunday appearance. Showed up Saturday, performed Sunday. He was on the road on Monday. In his RV. Yeah. Okay. That's enough of that. Look at this. Brûlé performed on that Saturday. Let's touch that. Friday, Saturday, and then Blake on Sunday. She's playing the flute. The father is in the foreground. Her brother is in the background of that image. And she is in fine focus in the middle. Yeah. There they are. waving to the crowd. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There's the brother playing the electric guitar. There's the father. Father, son, daughter, brother in the background. That is a picture. Yeah, that's a picture right there. There's the drummer. There's a fan down below on the floor blowing up his hair. Yeah. I tilted the picture because I wanted to get the keyboard and his head the way, he had an angle. And I wanted to keep the picture square. There's that picture again. His father is intensely playing the electric piano. It was really great listening to this. Very experienced group, family group. The mother was floating around next to me taking pictures. Yeah. I should have offered her all. I did. I gave her my business card. I said, you can go on the site and download any image you want. You'll see a lot of them you'll love. I promise you. We go home. There we go. Hit the home button, you end up right back here again. If you touch the image that you're looking at right now, which is a headline image, it'll go to that gallery. There we go. I touched it. Did I touch it enough? Apparently not. There it goes. Bingo. Bingo. There it is. That's where that image is in this gallery. Exactly. It's, deep in there. There's my bio. That's my public bio. Yeah. You can expand on that and read it. It's Charles E. Schmidt College of Science, teaching high technology topics since the year 2000. The name of the course is Principles of Digital Photography and Post-Image Processing. I wrote a book by the same name. Yep. Published by Pearson Education, Boston, Massachusetts, in 2003. That was 23 years ago. It's hard to believe. Yep. Go home. Now we're home. There you go. And you can see this. Concours d'Allegance. Now you can see unique events, FAU events. Look at that sweet young thing with that bowl of apples in the background. She's intentionally listening to the speaker, and I'm standing about 20 feet in front of her. But I got my camera right on her, and she knows it. And she's looking back and forth to me and the speaker, and she's got that nice smile on. She's a pretty one. Look at that. That was how many years ago? She's probably got 5 children. Lives in Opelika. No, I don't know where. I'm just being a wise guy. Yeah. Civic and public events. You can touch that one. There you go. It's got my friend over here. Who is that? Who is this? Touch that one. Yeah, there you go. Marilyn is ready for the parade. She's standing right on the railroad tracks, and she's got her press pass on. Can I touch that image and expand to it? No. Look at this right here. Let's touch that. cool is this? That's this video of myself walking backwards. Tripped. Yeah, this is cool. Best. That's it. How cool is that? It's a long time ago. And it's right there. The Boca Raton Fire Rescue. Pipes and guns and hoses and whatever. Yeah. So you can see that video right there. You can click on it yourself. 416-1100.com. Oh, there we go. We got there we go. There we go. I turned down my Epidemic Sound Instrumental. Royalty free. There you go. See all these pretty pictures. Yeah. There's Marilyn. I took those videos and still images with a Canon camera with a fine lens. Fine lens indeed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There I am again. I touched it. It should come up. Yeah, the lens is fully extended. Got my hat on, taking pictures of God knows what. It's a parade that appears in downtown Del Rey. Yeah. Go home, James. Hit the home button. Takes you right there. St. Patrick's Day, yeah. You can see, I mean, there's all kinds of things in there. I mean, you can, there's USA Soccer. Oh my God. Look at these kids. Talk about intensity. How do you not take that picture? Yeah. Oh my Lord. Yeah, look at that. I mean, they are running at high speed. They're like sideways. United Soccer Academy, July 2002. Yeah. There you go. This is like training. But where's the ball? Where is the ball? They all look like they're either someone just kicked the ball or something. There's some dust right there. Yeah, someone beat. There's the ball. Look at this kid running. I mean, Jesus. Yeah. Very high intensity soccer. Oh my God. Oh, James. There you go. You can wear yourself out. There's over 400,000 images. Look at this. That's our son Daniel in purple. He's running after that ball, and you can see the ball. Yeah, I am just coincidentally in the line of fire where he's running. I'm back, I'm a long ways off with a telephoto lens. Yeah, looks like he's going to jump right over my head. Nope, I'm about probably 150 feet away. Look at this one. Talk about intensity. He's rolling right over the top of that guy. Yeah, this guy. Look at this. How about that for leg extension? He's going to give that ball a kickaroo. That is, yeah, that's number 27. You want to, yeah, you definitely want to make a picture of that. He probably doesn't even know that picture exists. Here's Lynn University ring, a championship team. Travel, FAU classes. There's Jimmy when he was a little whippersnipper. These are all kinds of okay. Let's touch here. Wilson family photos. Let's see what we got. There's Jimmy. Going down memory lane. Let's touch it. This is at West Point. Yep. West Point Military Academy. West Point. I was a finalist in the president for New York State. This is for the John F. Kennedy physical fitness thing. Look, that's me right there. Long time ago, doing pull-ups. Had to do 21 of those inside of 2 minutes. Yep. And this guy, he's clocking me. They start a stopwatch. He had to do 21 pull-ups. See which way the hands are, palms out, and you have to put your chin over the bar. And then you go all the way down. And then you go all the way down. No swinging allowed. Yeah. None of this. There's Jimmy a long time ago. Not a terrible looking kid, right? You have to do the squat jumps. He's giving me a demonstration. You got to stay inside the box. Sir, would you mind if I put my shoes on? I had my shoes on for the pull-ups, right? Yep. I don't know who took the pictures. I think they were all Polaroids. And then I took pictures of I took digital pictures of the Polaroids. Yeah. I took my shoes off so I wouldn't be pulling up the weight of my shoes. How silly is that? The bar is up there. You had to jump up a way to get to the bar. It's like 9 feet in the air. Yeah, there we are, sitting around. Have my ticket in my hand. I got to hand the ticket over to some guy. Yeah, I was up the list. And, yeah, there's 6 people. Finalists for our... And if you download the image, it actually gives you the exit data. Let's see, can I get that from here? I don't know. Here's some camera information. I'm looking for that information that says where the hell it was taken. I don't know. Don't know. Going down memory lane. I am, let's see, 5963. This would probably be 1962. Probably when I was a junior in high school. 1962, 20, 20, holy crap. That's a while ago, huh? 5963, I bet you that's 1962. Somewhere around there. Mm. 2026, is it? Minus. Oh, crap. 64 years ago. 64 years ago. Holy wow. That's too long. Let's go back to my photo. There we go. Yeah. Jeez. That was painful. 64 years ago. Talk about painful. Here's a Oh, I have to do this at full screen. There we go. I was wondering why I wasn't picking up on the screen. There you go. There. Ayatollah Khamenei. Iran's threat to resume protester executions. I mean, they're machine gunning them, by the thousands. It's disgusting. They need to talk about needing to stop somebody. I'm sure Trump is getting he's trying to figure out what to do about this. Iran is threatening to continue mass executions of protesters arrested during brutal crashes on a nationwide uprising against the despotic regime, and warned the United States in deploying forces would unleash all-out war. Well, you would think with the satellite imaging and everything, I mean, we plucked out, somebody in Maduro in Venezuela. You think you could throw a missile right in the tent where these guys are having sandwiches right now, and all of a sudden he'd be gone. Yeah, we need to do something. Do a few of those, and then the rest of the country would overthrow these. Forget the Ayatollah, the Ayatollah. Yeah, they need to get rid of these guys. They're too. You can't be machine gunning people. That's terrible humanity. Waste of humanity. Well, this should be interesting. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell will attend the Supreme Court oral arguments on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. And holy mackerel. And what's going on is President Donald Trump fired one of the federal governors, Lisa Cook, because she had something to do with like $1 billion cost overrun. They didn't build a new Federal Reserve building; they were just renovating it, and the cost overrun was like humongous. So he's listening to the oral arguments. There she is, right there. That's Lisa Cook right there. Lisa Cook challenged Trump's attempt to fire her. Yeah. Subpoenas. $2.5 billion renovation of the Federal Reserve. How do you do a $2.5 billion renovation? The president's like a construction guy. He says, what? What the hell are you morons doing? Well, it was in her hands. So he said she must go if it's in her hands. And if you don't want her to go, you go too. I mean, Trump is like such a tough guy. I mean, you can imagine what he's saying. And he's probably saying pretty much what I'm saying. If you don't get rid of her, then both of you go, as far as I'm concerned. iPhone Fold. This is what's leaked to be coming out in 7 or 8, it's January already, in 7 or 8 months, right? August, September. This is January. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 8 months from now. I'm running out of fingers. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 8 months, baby. And I got 8 fingers out. In 8 months, you're going to have the ability to the iPhone Fold. So you flip it around the other way and you got a big screen. And this way you have the back cover, which has cameras on it. So if you close the fold up, fold open, fold close, it's almost like the phone you got now. You got a screen on one side and you got the cameras on the other. The only difference is we're missing a camera. So I imagine you're not going to have that big telephoto thingy. There's no room for it. So that's what's going on with the Fold. Apple is preparing to make a significant move into the foldable smartphone market with the highly anticipated iPhone Fold, set to launch September 2026, along with the iPhone 18 Pro Max, lineup. This device is expected to merge Apple's renowned design principles with advanced technology, offering a new take on foldable smartphones. However, Apple faces formidable challenges from folks like Samsung, whose Galaxy Z Fold series has long been a benchmark in this category. Well, Apple's not always the first with something, but when it decides to do something, it does it. It does it right. It doesn't just copy. No. It really addresses. You can fold, but we have no crease. No crease in the digital screen. When you unfold it and open up, that screen has to look perfect. No line in the fold. No crease in the digital screen. They did tests, open, close. Well, the phone just did that for years to make sure that there'd be no crease. Hundreds of thousands of opens and closes. They had machines. I saw them. I didn't record them. But you saw whole rows of them. Like thousands of these phones. Open, close. Testing the different technologies to find the one that would be acceptable to iPhone if they're going to do a fold. That was like deciding factor if they're going to do a fold, because they refused to do one if there was a fold mark on the screen. No fold mark. None. And they mean nothing. Even if you use a magnifying glass, you can't see it. No, sorry, Bob. The iPhone Fold's debut marks a pivotal moment in the competition between these tech giants, Samsung and Apple. Yep. iPhone Fold. You've seen it here first. This is obviously a test. They probably have 1,000 of these made, and they hand them out to people. You sign a document that you will not disclose what you are going to try out over the next 3 or 4 months, and then you're going to give us a written report and return the device. You do so, or you swear, so on. Help me God. All right. Put it in writing and give me back the contract. And here's your device. You're permitted to have a bowl of sauce, but you have to, no talking. No talking whatsoever. All right, here's the ICE officers knocking on the doors in Minneapolis, arresting. And they got people around the back door, you can be sure. They don't have the front door and then everyone runs out the back. They got people in the back door waiting for the bad guys to try to escape out the back door. Yeah, they got the doors covered. You don't want to screw around with these ICE officers. They got their guns pulled and they will fire if you don't calm down. That's going to be very costly if you do that again. There you go. It's 12:55. It's Tuesday. We're having coffee with Jimmy. There is the president looking on at the beginning of yesterday's game. Football game at Joe Robbie Stadium. It was Joe Robbie Stadium when I signed the documents approving the construction loan at Southeast Bank. Would you believe it? I actually did the construction loan. I should say a team of people, including myself. There's the president with a characteristic. He is such he's like the same. He's there you go. The old fist pump. Yep, waving on to the millions of people watching. Indiana, Miami. And there's some terrible officiating at that event. God, I had to turn it off. I couldn't watch it anymore. It was so drastically terrible. Indiana was handed that game on a silver platter. They run off with the trophy with big grins on their faces, but let me tell you, when they see the replay on those games, and of course they see other, the officiating was terrible both ways, but it was more terrible for Miami because there were some incredible plays that just changed the whole game. They gave them touchdowns, gave them field goals. It was, some of those 31 points were handed to them on a silver platter. And all right, here's the iPhone Fold, going back to that again. 7.8-inch inner screen when you unfold it. And when you close it, it's a 5.3-inch diagonal screen. So it's a little more, compact in this phone. But it opens up into, what looks like a small iPad. God darn. How cool would that be? What's going on here? Oh, Tesla's getting a beating. They're down to $4.24 a share. I don't see how Tesla stock goes up, from here. I just don't see it happening. You'll have some news, but it might be worth a lot, 3 years down the road, but really, you're supposed to pay something in advance of 3 years of happening. Let's go. I hate to do it. Stocks. This is Tuesday. I'm going to hit the stocks thing. And look, the Dow is down 83. That's nothing. That's like a half a point. So like 0.5%. There's no movement at all. Anyone thinks that's a big move is nutso. Because we can change that. Whoops, down 600. Now that's a move. That's a 1.5. If we touch that, that's 1.38%. So that's that is a move down. It's not like Dow dropped 600 points as Trump Greenland scheme sparks U.S. Capitol fight with the fear of global trade war. Yeah, well, so what? You got to do something with that Greenland thing. That has to happen. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a choice. So, but this stock right here, so we're looking at points now, not percents. Down 12. But if we come over here to this, right on this side, if we look at this chart, look at the price earnings ratio. 295 is the price earnings ratio. No. Let's look at the NVIDIA. That's a crazy wild. That's going to make $1 billion. PE ratio is 44. Apple. Come on. Apple. What's going on here? We're a little slow. Apple, PE ratio, 33. Google, 32. Met. Amazon, 32. Met, 26. Uber is going in the toilet, 42. Microsoft, 22. IBM, 35. I mean, you know, Berkshire Hathaway, that's a steady old bugger. 13. Yeah. Bank of America, yeah. You know, it's almost like I don't, you know, show me another legitimate stock company traded on any exchange you want where the price earnings ratio is 295. Show me one that's 200. Show me one that's 100. Price earnings ratio of 100? You know, give me a break. NVIDIA is 44. Tesla, 295. The people, the retail people have bought this stock up to the point. Now, I'm not a stock analyst and I'm not giving advice. But you know what? Robotaxi and, you know, the robot they're going to do, all that stuff is going to be marvelous. But, you know, not this year, not next year, year after. So you have to, you know, they're asking you to, you know, to think ahead 3 years of stock price. And that's unacceptable. So I don't think the stock is going anywhere, you know, in the next 4 or 5 months. And if anything, and to me, the stock is overpriced by, you know, by 3 times. You got to divide. Get my calculator out. I mean, at least 3 times. You know, 424 is that? And they're crying the blues right now. Divided by 3, 140. If it got down to 140 a share, I'd think about buying it. I'm not buying anything. I'm just saying. I'm just playing. But that's just, you know, come on. I'm on the sidelines looking in, and I'm just kibitzing. Elon Musk drops a surprise curveball. Tesla set to restart the AI supercomputer project. Why Musk has changed his mind. Changed its mind about what? Oh God, I gotta touch this article. And you read these articles and it doesn't tell you what. All right, let's see. Supercomputer, self-driving, yeah. Okay, our A1 chip design, it's almost done. Well, you know what? 2 months ago, they said it's done. Now it's 2 months later, and it says it's almost done. And then it's got AI 7, 8, and 9, and all this. It's come on, Elon, stop with the bullshit. What's really happening now? Okay, Dojo is Tesla's internal supercomputer. They said they were done with Dojo. They were doing what do you call it in Tennessee. Now what? Dojo is Tesla's internal supercomputer designed for training AI modes, for the full self-driving. Yeah. However, then we read on for more. However, the focus, moved on to the A1 chip, A5 chip, AI5. Come on, not answering the question. Now they're talking about Dojo 3, maybe? And, the national, people in the federal government that are responsible for, approving whatever they have to approve, the full self-driving. There's some accidents happen, and they want responses on what happened. They're not being accusatory. Just tell me what happened. Tell us what happened. And the government gave them a 5-week extension to tell us what happened. So now also we go to the top of this article. Why did Tesla change his mind? And you read this whole article, and there's no answer to that question. So why the hell the headline? That's what bothers me about some of these headlines. Tesla poised to be early winner as Canada opens door to the Chinese cars. All right. Tesla catches a big break in the federal racial discrimination case. Okay. Business Insider. 3 Tesla owners react to Musk's full self-driving change. All right, let's touch that one. See if we're going to get what the change is. Tesla spoke to Business Insider. Marvelous. Tesla is removing the option to outright buy. Okay. In other words, $8,000 by the end of this month, there's no more $8,000 deal. You have to subscribe or you don't get it. And right now it's $99.99 a month. There you go. It will only be offered with its $99 a month starting February 14th. Okay. It's a major shift. Well, that's the way it should be. I mean, what the hell? They should just build it into the price of the car. Now, new drivers who want their car to take it to a destination, pays 99. So let's look at it this way. Marilyn and I had a conversation about it a couple nights ago and last night, during the day. It was actually right after lunch. And it got down to the point, she says, well, how much a month does it cost? I said, it's $99 a month. So, look at it this way. So it's $3 a day, right? 3 times 30 is 90. So it costs you $3. Is it worth it to type in the address of where you want to go? Like, that's what I did. We were going to Orlando to go to Disney, and we were going to stay at the Hyatt Grand Cypress. I said, Marilyn, what is the address, street number, city of the Hyatt Grand Cypress in Orlando? Do a and tell me the address, because I'm going to type it in to the navigator little window. All you got to do is just touch on that. It's a touch screen, and then start typing the address. So I'm going to type the address. What is it? 1800 what? She told me the address. And I typed it in. And I said, okay, I'm going to drive myself out of the parking lot here. And I'm going to pull over on the side of the road up here when I'm outside the garage. And I'm going to look over to you and say, are we ready to go to Orlando? And you're going to say yes or no. And Daniel's going to take a peek at our cats at least once a day, fill up the water bowls and fill up the food bowls right to the tippy top. Okay? Which he did just fine. I said, Daniel, if you don't mind, could you just sit on the couch for 10 minutes and deal with your iPhone and answer your messages, take a few phone calls, and just sit around there so the cats know that someone is at least alive, connected to apartment Cafe 812. So he did that. But anyway, so we're on the side of the road right outside the garage of Royal Palm Plaza. I typed in the address that Marilyn gave me for the Hyatt Grand Cypress in Orlando. The Hyatt Regency Grand Cypress. A place that we went to 40 years ago and started the life cycle of Brennan Wilson. It was in hotel room 704. I remember the room number. Yes. When you walk down the hallway from the elevators, it's on the right side as you make the turn into that whole suite of, what do you call them? Rooms. 704. I don't know why I didn't. We should have asked for that room. Just for posterity. But we didn't. We got 305 instead of 704. So it was like on the opposite side of that hallway. It's on the left side instead of the right side. And, on the 3rd floor instead of the 7th floor. No big deal. So anyway, I said, are you ready to go? She said, yeah. So I typed it in the navigator, and I pressed the blue symbol on the touch screen that said full self-driving. Whoosh, and the car started to drive. It looked both ways. It's got 7 cameras, so it's got eyes in all 7 directions, where you got to swing your head left and right and up and down and look forward. I mean, you got 180 degrees. You got to look pretty carefully. Plus, you got to look way over here on the side here, make sure you're not going to slam into somebody as you go back on the road. It did all that. And it got right in line, and it put the right-hand signal on because you're going to make a right turn. and it creeps up a little bit so it can see around the building, around this other building, low-rise shopping center that's adjacent to, across the street from our parking garage. I mean, it just took off, and it went right to and it goes right here, and it shows you exactly the course it's going to take, and it just does it. And yes, I'm sitting there looking straight forward, watching what's going on, because it's full self-driving supervised, which means you got to keep an eye on it. You got to watch what's going on. And you can have a conversation, and you can look around and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But you can't take a nap because there's a camera that looks inside the car to its occupants, and it's focused on the driver, focused in every dimension of that word. The lens is focused on the driver, but it is a wide-angle lens, with a small aperture, or I'd say like f8, so it can see the people in the rear seats if there are any, which there are not any, and it sees Marilyn and myself, but it's watching Jimmy because I am the driver. I'm in the driver's seat. I do not have my hands on the steering wheel because the computer is steering the steering wheel, and I wish I could take the steering wheel off and just put it, in the trunk and just do full self-driving. Because in the articles, that's enough of the stock price. In the articles, let me go here. Let's see. I want to show you some stuff. There you go. Touch this one right here. Let's see. Miles driven before a collision. Now, I'm going to do a reverse pinch. Now this is miles driven before a collision. All right. That's 1.5 million miles before collision. This is just because you're driving a Tesla car and you're paying attention and all this kind of stuff. Now we're going to do this full self-driving. Look at this graph. With full self-driving, okay, and having that engaged, all right, you would drive 5.1 million miles before you'd have an accident. You may have an accident, but it takes you're going to have to drive 5 million miles before you might have an accident. That's with full self-driving. Tesla is driven manually, okay? In other words, without the full self-driving engaged, because you got 6 cameras looking in every direction, and it's going to squeal at you if you're moving lanes into another car or, that's 2.3 million miles before an accident. The third one is just Tesla cars, because it's a Tesla car you're driving, and you don't have any of the safety features engaged, you could drive 972,000 miles before you'd have a car accident. Now, I turned my Tesla in after 3 years of driving it, and I went, 20,000 miles? This is 900,000 miles. That's like I drive the car for, 10 years. I might have an accident 1 in 10 years not using full self-driving. So let's take that 5.1 million miles. Now you're using the full self-driving. 5.1 million miles. Let's take this with my calculator. This is important, folks. I mean, I'm serious. 5.1 million miles. Now this is all, computer documented real results. Whoops, too many zeros. All right, now I drive 7,000 miles a year. So I'm going to divide that by 7,000 so I can figure out how many years. That's 728 years worth of driving before you have an accident. Okay? You understand how crazy big a number that is? If you use the full self-driving supervised activate, you just tell the car where you want to go and it takes you there. Why wouldn't you use that robotic feature of every Tesla vehicle? Every Tesla vehicle. Do you hear me? Every single Tesla made after 2001 has the A1 chip. Okay? The Artificial Intelligence 4 version, hardware version 4, with 5 megapixel cameras, and a computer that's 40 times faster than any laptop, and all this volume. This is the results. Everything that Tesla is talking about, Elon's talking about with the AI-5 chip, the chip doesn't exist. They're still talking about it. They're engineering about it. Whatever they do before they say mass produce it. Okay? Until that happens, there ain't no AI-5 chip. So, calm down on the AI chip. It doesn't exist. And after it exists, you got to test it. Designing it is one thing. Then you got to road test it, meaning you have to, exercise the chip, in a computer environment and make sure it works. Because you design it, then you etch it. It's like a big photographic image, with all these transistors and things that are designed into like blueprints. So it's a huge photograph that gets imaged with an imager. Digital imaging is, the process for this, designing these chips. It's done photographically, and electronically, like a huge CAD, computer-aided design, CAD, computer CAD. It's like a huge CAD situation, and it costs hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for this CAD software so that these engineers can build these electronic chips. But it goes from a design stage, to building an actual prototype that's scalable. So you're at the end of the design process. It's called pencils down. Pencils down on the engineering. You can't keep tweaking this sucker. We got to start manufacturing it. Well, so you run off a couple of hundred of them, and you prototype, really advanced prototypes. So you run off a couple of hundred, and you turn them on and see if they don't burn up or whatever. Make sure they work. And if they work, then what do? You run 10,000 of them. So you run the machine that the machines that mass produce these chips, and you say, okay, run 10,000 high speed, meaning high speed manufacturing. We run 200 of them. They worked. Okay. I mean, this is the senior engineer talking to the board of directors or the board of governors, an important people in the chip manufacturing company, because one guy doesn't decide this. It's a committee. And they review all these results, very seriously. They get handed these results in a report. Someone, like myself would be explaining, how to read all these materials, because it's it's something that thick, pages of stuff that gets handed to people or electronically, and you can look it up on your iPad, and part of the conversation is what I'm showing you here. All right? And so in reviewing this right here, you have to drive 700 years worth of driving. If you could drive 8, 9, 10 years, 8, 9, 10,000 miles a year, you can drive 500 years before you get in an accident. How the heck, with a regular human driver in a Tesla, it's about with nothing activated. In other words, you don't have autopilot on, you don't have full self-driving. That's the 972,000. So, get my calculator, I got 972,000. Oh, that sounds like chump change. Well, it's not. 972,000, 3 zeros, divided by how many miles you drive in a year? Because we want to find out years. Let's say you drive 15,000 miles a year, which is like twice what I would drive, but that doesn't mean anything. But 15, you can't even lease a car if you check that much mileage. That's too much mileage. Let's just use the number anyway. Equals 65 years. Right? So this 972,000 is 65 years of driving. That's like an insanity number of miles, just because the Tesla is that good. In other words, you basically hardly ever get in an accident in a Tesla. That's what that means. The 690,000, the 669K number, okay, that is the average. That's the average. That's the miles between accidents of everyone driven all over the United States. In other words, if you clock everybody all over the United States, they go from here to there and there to here, all over, all 200 million people that drive, okay? With all those people driving all over the place, all over the time, with all the cars, all the traffic jams, not traffic, whatever, good weather, bad weather, down in the south, up in the north, you go roughly 700,000 miles between accidents, okay, with everyone driving all over the country, okay? So the bigger the bar, the better. In other words, wouldn't you want everyone driving all over the place? Wouldn't you like to have that where an accident occurs every million miles? Well, no, it doesn't. It's 700,000 miles. Now, as the cars get better, as the average, let's say, ICE cars, let's forget about Tesla cars, which are electric cars. We're talking about all other ICE cars. ICE meaning internal combustion engine cars. As they become better, as the software, the cameras, the software system, cameras, radar, LiDAR, whatever is, whatever kind of electronic surveillance for traffic that a car manufacturer is willing to pay for, and this is the bottom line on that, that 699 number, will get bigger, meaning, 800,000 miles between accidents, and then 900,000 as that bar gets taller. That's what you want to have happen. You don't want an accident every 30 miles. You don't want an accident every 300 miles. You don't want to have an accident every 6,000 miles. So you want that 699 to be a much bigger number. But it's, it's on average, per year, everybody driving in every possible direction, everybody, it's 699,000 miles driven between an accident. Driving a Tesla car as opposed to driving any other car, the odds of you getting in an accident, you'd have to drive, where it's 10,000 drivers, one car driver, doesn't matter. It's the miles driven, be 972,000 miles between accidents. That's what that bar means. The 2.3 million bar, that's the miles between accidents. If you just use the safety systems that come with the car, no premium, no monthly service charge, full self-driving. If you use the full self-driving, so you're going to pay an extra $100 a month to have that feature, you'd be driving 5 million miles between accidents, which is like 700 years worth of 500, just pick a number. It's at least 700,000 miles between accidents. Because, I don't drive, 100,000 miles a month. I don't do it. That's why you want full self-driving. Because you're increasing your odds to 5 million miles between accidents instead of 972,000 miles between accidents. So if you divide the 972 into the 5 million, that would tell you how much safer it is if you're in a Tesla vehicle. So if you're traditionally dealing in a service vehicle, which we all have for, hundreds if not thousands of miles. But if you're just going to go on a short thing and here and there, and you really want, for some reason, the car to be ready whenever you want it to be ready. autograph. So they have extrapolated the information, and it basically says the full self-driving keeps you safer. FSD, supervised, enables your vehicle to drive you to almost any destination with your active supervision. That's the legal requirement today. That'll probably change soon. Requiring minimum intervention, however. When engaged and under your active supervision, your likelihood of becoming in a collision drops by 7.2%. Let's see. They got 7,300,000,000 miles that they have tracked. And that's 7 times fewer collisions if you engage the full self-driving feature of the car. You can turn it on and off. It's the stick on the right side of the steering wheel. You flip it up, and it engages full self-driving. Or you touch the blue button. It looks like that. The blue button doesn't go anywhere here because it's not connected to a car. Yeah, you have to push the blue button that appears on your Tesla screen. This is a dialogue talking about the Sony cameras that are in the car right now. This is the upgraded sensor, and this is the current sensor. You can see in the top of the picture. Industry standard, the sensor is already a beast. It features a resolution of approximately 5.4 million pixels per square whatever. 5.4 million pixels, and a massive 3 micrometers pixel for low light sensitivity. I mean, that's a big pixel. A 3 micrometer pixel. When you're making 5.4 million of them and putting them in a sensor, and it has 120 dBs of high dynamic range, which really it's almost like a focusing feature of an image, a video image that's like streaming into the car through these cameras, with a frame rate of 30, 40, 50, 60,000 cycles a second. .896 by 1876. Yeah, that's about the resolution of this screen right here, which is really quite amazing. Tesla files a patent because it is integrating the Starlink connectivity to all their satellites as you drive the vehicle on the roads on planet Earth. You have Starlink satellites all over North America, everywhere actually. There's like 7,000 satellites all in a synchronized orbiting situation, traveling at some 17,000 miles an hour. But they're all like in sync, so that your system can always be connected to 5 or 6 of these satellites at the same time. However, once you drive inside of a garage, your satellite connectivity turns off because the antennas will not pick up the signal if you're inside, if you're underneath, if there's concrete between your car and looking up, So if you're in a covered garage, then Starlink won't see you. I see you, and it'll say, I don't see you. But they're shoving all the Starlink stuff up inside the roof of the car somehow. And there's an article written about how that roof and that roofing material can act as a satellite antenna. when they're filing a patent, completely disclosing all the design features of this Starlink antenna built into the roof of the car, underneath some kind of a membrane thing. Yeah. So that's what's going on there. The new screen display that's inside a Tesla vehicle, they're going with a 16-inch display. The column over on the right side of this image, it's a 2560 by 1440 pixel resolution. They're calling it QHD. It's a perfect 16:9 aspect ratio. The display width is 14 inches, rounding that 500ths, and the height is 7.84 inches. The screen area is 109 square inches as opposed to 106 square inches. So it's, 3 more square inches, roughly a 3% increase in size. Here's the blue is the original screen as you see it now. And if the screen was all lined up behind the blue, you see the screen is 3 inches wider, if you will, and not quite as high. So overall, it's 2.6% larger. There you go. So that's the new 16-inch display, shown, drawn with the appropriate size as opposed to the steering wheel and the way the car would look with that screen in place. It would look like that. And this is a reminder of the old screen and its shape. These will be in all Model 3s and all, as you can see. That's my message to my Facebook people, saying go to YouTube Live so I can figure out what the hell is going on. Yep. Yeah, try FAU for you on YouTube. And you pick up this old broadcast. You'll notice there's an awful lot of yickety-yakking about North America. Whoops. There we go. I want to edit this because we're going to darken that up just a tad, and I'm going to really turn up the color on this. All right. We'll let it. So here you can see I've outlined Greenland. Whoops, I need to, there we go. That way you can see the whole thing. There is Greenland, okay? This little guy right here, that's Iceland. We're not talking about Iceland, we're talking about Greenland. This whole, almost the size of a continent. I mean, it's huge. And this is a global view, not a flat, plain view. This is like, a huge blow-up gold, blow-up globe. Yeah, just imagine a huge one, a big one. That's like 5 or 6 feet in diameter. And you can see North America, and you can see Australia as you rotate it around. Well, there's Greenland in relationship to North America. You can see there's Montreal, there's Toronto. You can see the spots on the map in relation to those big water masses in the interior parts of the United States. Whoops. Go back to photographs. So I just decided to go on a globe, go on my radar app, which shows, graphic imaging if it was raining or if there was a big frontal system moving in the continental United States. This kind of right there. It's going to populate with, there you go, the wind. And see, there's Greenland up there on the top of the planet. There's the United States. There's New York. We can do the print screen right there. And that's how I made that global picture. I just did exactly what you're now looking at. And it comes down here, do that. And I went right across here because we don't care about the weather of Greenland. We're talking about politically. Let's go back to the pictures now. I'm going to go to the top of this file. I gotta go over here to recently saved. There it is. Now it's in my favorites. So you can see what I saved. And you can see in relation to, Atlanta, and you can see Miami way down there. You can see where Toronto is. And the United States is Denver. And all across to Canada. And then rip. Then you got Greenland. We've been protecting it for a long time. And Trump is basically saying, time's up. We're protecting you. Like the Biden administration is protecting it. The Trump administration, first Trump, 45 is protecting. I'm Trump now, 47. And I'm watching out, and time's up, I need to put all kinds of military stuff into Greenland to protect us from a potential launch from Moscow. And we want to own Greenland like we own Puerto Rico. You can still be your own state. You can still have your own. You're not even a state. You're a possession. And everything that you have in place there, you don't have to change anything. It's just that if we're going to put in, massive dollar amounts, multi-billion-dollar defense systems, we're going to do it on owned property, not as freebies like we've been doing it between your government and our government. So with an ownership, what is it, own schmoan? It doesn't really mean anything, except it gives us a basis for financing, multi-billions of dollars of defense equipment that would be installed on your, sorry-ass client. Yeah. So so now you can see how Greenland fits into that picture. Yeah. Not easy being queasy. All right. That's that picture. This is a reminder. Mega Millions gets drawn tonight at 10:59 p.m., right about 11. The numbers are drawn real fast. I'll have to figure out how to tune into that so we can watch it live. Happens real quick. Or see a fast replay, whatever. Tuesday, January 20th. That's why I have that highlighted the way I do. It comes right off of this right here. You can see the arrow? I did one of these, just like that. And I did a print screen. $250 million lotto. This stuff right here is not real. That's why not real is typed in the next column. But where it says good luck, that is real. Is real, not Israel. 250 million. That's big. You see that big arch I got there? That's a big arch. $250 million. This is a serious prize amount. It doesn't get much media attention. There's a few fools like me that buy tickets periodically. You know, someone's got to win it. So you got a better chance of getting hit by lightning. So let's just, whoops. There's the weather. Let's get back to my pictures. There we go. So you can see the lump sum. You see the top of the column there? I'll expand it that much. So the very top of the column says jackpot lump sum payout before taxes is the net present value of the future cash flows, $114,300,000. That's the answer to that question. That is the net present value of the future cash flows. And future cash flows meaning that there's a $3,762,000 per payment that you would get if you elected to do the annuity. That would be your first payment. And then that payment grows by 5% a year for 29 years. So you end up with 30 payments. This $3,700,000 payment is the first payment you'd receive. Okay? And at the end of the 29 years, it all adds up to $250 million. That's how that prize is organized. That's what that jackpot means. And if you want someone to pay you the net present value of that future cash flows, the answer to that question is $114,300,000. And that's what you would be declared winning. The government is going to take away 24% of that as a withholding. Okay, that's what it says in the top of that column. Jackpot lump sum payout after the federal withholding tax of 24%. And they're going to want 13% later when you file your taxes to make a total of 37%. So your lump sum, you'll actually get an $86 million check. All right. You're not going to get $114.3 million because that's before any federal tax. After the withholding, it's 86 million. Ow! That's still a huge amount of money. All right. But know this. After all federal taxes, the jackpot is actually $72,009,000. So the difference between 72 million and 86 is about 14 million, 15 million. So put 15 million in the side pocket, and so that way you don't have to worry about it, because you're going to have to send another 13 million to the U.S. government as income tax, because you will be certainly in the high end of the tax bracket. So you're going to be at 37%. You write that down, because not many people in the country are making 114 million a year. But you did in one tax year. Therefore, you're at the 37% tax level, in my humble opinion. And whoever might win this jackpot, it may not be anyone that wins the jackpot, but if a single winner does, this is the numbers applicable to the grand prize. Highlighted in red. The numbers above it are rollover lottos that no one actually won it. So it was 199 million, then it went to 215, then it went to 230, now it's at 250. You know, if no one wins, then it might go to 270. That's not real number, that's the Jimmy number. And I just tested all my mathematics because I have a huge spreadsheet. I went up to 1 billion just to see what the heck these numbers would look like if the grand prize was actually 1 billion. What would be the net present value of $1 billion Mega Millions? Well, the net present value would be 374 million. Phew. After all federal taxes, you'd have a checkbook that says $288 million. That'd be cash in your checkbook after all federal taxes. Now, if you live in a state where there's state taxes, then that number would shrink even further. But in the state of Florida, there is no state income tax. So if this is not real now, see, not real. This is imagination time. This is like Disney time. If the jackpot did get to $1 billion, then you would end up, after all federal taxes, you'd end up with a $288 million balance in your checkbook. Oh, ouch. Yeah, you'd definitely be, one of the largest depositors in the bank. So I would immediately start spending some of that money. Meaning you could accept an annuity. Look at the annuity. Your first year payment would be $15 million. 29 years in the future, you'd have inheritances and all this stuff. That's why people just go, you know what? Just take a lump sum, and then you hand out the money as you see fit. 288 million, that's a, whew, my God. Hey, you. Let's play Lotto. I did let's see if this is alive in this version of my spreadsheet. All right. I divide this out, saying, okay, there's Jimmy, Marilyn, Brennan, Daniel, Lee and Robin. And I divided percentages, and I said, okay, you have to, so instead of, we're going to edit this cell, because it's not going to be 17, we're going to put it down here to the billion level. So if it was the $1 billion lotto, and you did have, this is all unreal now, if you did have a checkbook of 288, this is the magic of spreadsheets. I think I went across there and got it up. That should be added to 100%. No, it is 85%. Oh my God. I haven't spent all the money yet. So let's increase this to 25%. There we go. Now we're at 100. This is not adding up properly going across because that should add up to 288 million, and it doesn't. It only adds up to 180 million. Well, we have to. This is not a proper. So I'm going to delete it. Delete it. Let's do this. Dip. Touch that one. It equals. There we go. Sum. There's the sum. And I'm going to that. This one. And go across this way. All the way across to here. Check mark. That adds up to 300. Yep, that can't be right. That adds up to 345. Yeah, something wrong with that. All right, I guess I didn't. No, that's not. That's all right, so you have to. This one here, we've got to. Yeah, we just gotta. All right, so I was trying to divide this 288 million by. We got 15% there. We got 15% there. We got 7.5% there. Ah, see here, this one's wrong. I'm going to copy that and put it there. And I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to put it there. What the hell is that? Oh, that's just, okay. All right, okay. So, okay, let's expand this row or column. There we go. So now what would it be? So now I'm going to try the sum thing again. Let's try that one more time. All right, no. Equals. Now type sum. And I'm going to start here. And add across. To here. Check mark. And that doesn't add up to anything. Why is that? All right. Something wrong with the syntax there. Plus equals. I don't know what. Sum. Let's try it again. SUM. And I start with this. And I have to go across to here. Check mark. No, it's not working. All right. We'll just leave that out. I should be going all the way across that way. That adds up properly, all right? The 15%, that adds up to 100%. Yeah. So, if I were to take that one, copy that, and put it here, I can't even read it. How many billions? There's something not right with that either. Delete it. I think I have to do this. Copy that and put it here. That's 21 trillion. No, that's not right. Let me see what's going on here. 40, 40, 20, 20, 20, 20. That looks right. And I need something in here. Yeah. So I'll do it some other time. I don't want to do it now. Yeah, that's fantasy land, so. This is almost real here. There we go, right there. And all these other calculations haven't been altered with that garbage way over there. Whoops. There you go. So we'll just back out of this lottery spreadsheet because we already have it right here as a picture file, which we can jiggle without actually lousing up the spreadsheet. Because this is a copy, a picture, a print screen of that spreadsheet. There you go. This is real. 250. Buy your tickets in my secret envelope here. Tucked into this lock and key, which is a thick piece of Scotch tape. I have my... Could this be a winning lottery ticket? There it is. It's a fresh Mega Million one that says $250 million grand prize. It says it right on there, yeah. On this part down here, which is out of focus, but you can just believe me. There you go, it's right in that envelope, secured with the Scotch tape. So if by chance, you never know, may get struck by lightning. Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to talk about that anymore. That happens tonight. I don't know if I'll be up tonight, but if I am, I'll catch those numbers and send them on to you. And then instead of good luck in there, I'll actually put the numbers. And then do this. But that doesn't mean someone won. That just tells you what the numbers are. Because tomorrow morning, or maybe by midnight tonight, I don't know when the lottery officials actually does a search to see if there was a winner. You talk about a computer record search, my God. Because every ticket is a computer record, so depending on how many people actually bought lottery tickets, that would be, how that would work. So they either do it tonight or they do it tomorrow morning. They push a button and the computer does a massive search of all the records to see if the numbers that were picked actually line up with a ticket. And then they can tell from the ticket when it was purchased, at what store it was purchased. It doesn't tell you who, though, because there are no names attached with the ticket. You don't tell the lottery sales guy that stands on the other side of the machine. You don't tell him your name. That's not put in the record search. No, because if you bought the ticket, you wouldn't know. You might want to, like in the state of Florida, I noticed that they'll accept an LLC. So you could form a limited liability company and let the limited liability company general partner, which it certainly should be at least myself, Marilyn, or my attorney or something, he'd actually officiate, or she would officiate the receipt of that $72 million. Or, you know what? Just give it to Jimmy and Marilyn, put it in our joint checkbook, and then we'll distribute the money as we see fit, whenever we see fit to do it. And yeah, I mean, it's like, you got $70 million. You know, you got 4 kids. You could give each kid $10 million. That'd be $40 million. And then you'd be left with $32 million in your checkbook after you gave all 4 of your children $10 million apiece. Then you probably go down one level of your relatives, and you give Bob and Jane Beatty, you give them $2 million. You give Janine $2 million. You give Janine's daughter, Rachel, $2 million. You give Troy Beatty $2 million. And George up there in Milwaukee, give him $2 million. Give, what do you call it? Marilyn's sister, give her, $2 million. Let's see, so that's Bob and Troy. So that's 2 people. Janine and Rachel, that's another 2. Judy Jordell, she gets, pardon with the last name, and Judy up there in Milwaukee, another $2 million. That's 5 people. George, give him $2 million. That's 6. So that's $12 million. So now that 32 becomes 20. So then you're left with, Marilyn and Jim will have to suffer with 20 million. Yeah. Because we gave 12 million out to relatives. We gave 40 million out, to our children, 4 of them. They each got 10 million apiece. That's 40 million, yeah. So we're left with 30, and we gave out 12, so now we're at 20 million. Vast numbers. Yep. Yep. That's how that adds up. Woo! That's a simpler way of doing it than all this other stuff that I was doing up above the percentages. Forget percentages. Just do the dollar amount. It's a lot simpler. Add it across and it should add up. Yeah, that's simpler. We'll do that. Not today. Not now. I'll do it to, it's 2:20. Oh my God. I've been talking for 3 hours and 9 minutes. That's long enough. We're done. So, for both of my listeners, I hope you enjoyed what we had to say today. Yeah. I don't know if I told you, but I got a couple of these coins. Look how pretty that is. That's one side, that's the other side. It cost about $5 a piece. So I got a few of these, so when we go out to dinner with a friend of ours, I'll hand him one of those coins. Yep. It's, it's about this size. It's about the size of a silver dollar. And it's got some beautiful, paintings on it. It's not lit up enough in here to see. But this is a beautiful coin. Here's another one. With the Liberty Bell on it. You can see it, sort of. But this, that one I just showed you was just popped up. Yeah. You get them in about a week. I got like 10 of them. So whatever I don't give away, I'll keep. I give my own one. I give each of our boys one. Yeah, I'll put one in the vault. So that's 2, 3, that's 4. I got 6 left over to give out. Yeah. Look how pretty that is. The detail is amazing. Yeah. This is actually embossed and with the colorization too. There it goes. Commemorating since the 250 years of the existence of our country. We're fighting hard to try to keep it together. But these wackos in Minnesota, are interfering with the ICE agents rounding up these illegal aliens that have committed all kinds of other murders and things, and child molesters in there. So the ICE agent, one of them screamed out of his car and said, you're protecting, illegal aliens that are, molesting your children. You're protecting them? Really? Is that what you're doing? Are you crazy? Get out of my way. That's the crap that's going on in Milwaukee. And they're all walking around with signs like these ICE agents are, there's something bad about them. No, there's nothing bad about them. They're doing what they were basically hired to. They are government employees. They're agents of the United States government, directed by the Department of Justice and judges and things to get these people out. They got their name, they got their location. Go in there, bust down the door, grab them, cuff them, and get them the hell out. And if there are any other illegals in there, pick them up too. That's how that's happening. When they say, well, there's an illegal alien that didn't actually commit another crime. Well, it's a crime to get in this country. And if he was hanging around with the other guy, we're cuffing both of them and they're both being deported. Get out of my way, or else I'll arrest you. And if you really get in my face, I'll shoot you. And that's what happened. One lady tried to run one of them over and gunned the engine and ran right into him. And, he tried to defend himself. And he shot, this lady right in the head and, pulled the trigger 3 times and killed her and, a couple of shots through the windshield. These people are freaking nuts. So now she's dead, and she's got 3 children without a mother. Well, those kind of crazy people, you want those genes to stop. You want to stop the gene pool on people like that. Oh, crazy. Yeah, they're just as crazy as this jackass that's ordering the thousands of people being machine gunned because they have 40% inflation and they can't afford to eat, for God's sakes. Iran is threatening to continue mass executions of protesters, which means you guys don't get out of the street, we're going to machine gun you all down. And it's happening in cities all over the country. You know, that's the difference between the people that have guns and people that don't. That's why our Constitution says you have the right to bear arms. That's what that's all about, folks. You know, and so when you got these liberals that say, let's collect the guns, that's the beginning of socialism and communism and then absolute rule, like what's going on in Iran right now. So I hope our satellites are trying to find out exactly where he is so that they can either take him out or grab him and pluck him out. Pluck him out alive and put him in jail, or incinerate him with one of our incendiary bombs, meaning you're all of a sudden 10,000 degrees and you're vapors. I'm sure Trump is, wondering what to do. You hear that audio in the background? That is sound that is also royalty free, but it is not our our normal. That means I've out-talked the 3-hour limit, so I'm going to go away. All right, if you don't mind. I think I've had enough of this. And I'm sure you have had enough of this. And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, which means go full screen on my date, month. You see that? And I'm shaking it. If anybody's still tuned in, because I'm going Bipsic, which means I'm turning off my microphone, I'm turning the music on, and I'm going to let it go for about a minute. And you all have a great day. We'll talk to you later tonight or tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.